Okay. Hi, Hufflepuff. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to your weekly general reading. Yes, I know I'm late, okay? I should have had these up yesterday on Saturday, but honestly, I need to tell you the truth, I really just kind of got caught up in just all of the ridiculous amount of news that's been going on. And yesterday I spent like all day on Twitter, which is weird, but also it was kind of cathartic, whatever that word is, where it kind of felt good, right? Because I don't socialize, I don't really have friends exactly, don't go anywhere, so interacting with people even digitally was kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know, it just felt good. And I should have done this yesterday. You know what? Look, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. This was not what I felt like doing yesterday. And yeah, I am wearing nails. I just put them on like maybe an hour ago. I had my mom take a look at the box of nails that I've been like basically every time I'm stressing, I do at least 2 sets of nails. So I have this box that I've been filling up for like the last 4 weeks, and I showed her all the nails and I was like, here, I want to put a set on, so choose a pair, or I mean choose a set. And she chose these and I was like, that's like my ugliest one, but even my husband thought that they're pretty. So I don't know, guys, it's not about the nails, but it kind of is. Anyways, there's that. And yeah, oh, you know what, well, I was going to save it for the end, but I do just want to say that this is my book. I wrote this book. That's me. I feel so dumb right now. Anyways, this is my baby. I'm actually like, I have 7 books mapped out, and I started this back in 2008, and I finally finished it in 2019. I published it to Kindle, and it took me like all this time to get the cover situated. I paid these guys on Fiverr to design the book cover. I mean, I designed the book cover, but I was like, here, make it into a book cover, right? And they've done book covers for me before, and but the PDF version that they sent doesn't match up to set it up on Kindle. Okay, this is gonna drag on. Sorry. Look, point is I finally have it available in paperback, and I'm kind of juiced about it. All right, because I finished writing it after my second concussion, which to me is kind of huge. So, anyways, there it is. That's my announcement. Let's get on with your reading, shall we? Okay. We're gonna go. Not looking. How about that? That feels good. Go with that set. All right, Hufflepuff. Let's see what we got. And I just also wanted to say that, between you guys and Ravenclaw, like, thank you. Thank you. I don't know who you guys are that are watching these videos, that are getting any meaning from these readings, but I do want to say thank you. I mean, seeing that anybody is watching these and anybody is liking these, it just means the world to me. It makes me feel like, hey, your good idea that you thought you had might actually still be a pretty good idea. So, thank you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, that upside down. Okay, what else do we got? Oh, Seraphina Pickery? Is her name Pickery, I think? She's like the head of Makusa. Okay, I was starving and I asked my husband. I've been wanting a burger for days, and I guess I'm cooking dinner tonight. But it's kind of like pork rib patties. Basically like a McRib, right? Like, that's I'll be making that for dinner tonight. Would be nice to make ribs, but we're out of ribs, and I'm not going to the store. Like, it's not happening. Oh my gosh, what's this little guy called? Oh, Hufflepuff. I don't remember. I guess I could pause the video, but gosh, that would take a really long time to go and look it up. But, all right, maybe I don't need to look it up. Not that I remember what it's called, but I think I know enough to kind of ride with it. We'll see. Anyways, I asked my husband, I was like, I've had a glass of wine. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I had a glass of wine before I did this because I'm going to go eat breakfast, lunch, I guess, because I haven't really eaten yet. But I haven't eaten yet. And I have a rule that if I'm going to drink, I'm going to do it on an empty stomach because otherwise it's a waste of alcohol. And look, I don't drink. My husband's an alcoholic, so it's not like I drink. I haven't been able to really drink hardly at all. And I metabolize the alcohol really fast, which is unfortunate. But if I am going to drink, I at least want to feel something from it, because otherwise what the hell are you drinking for? Anyways, that's my opinion. I'm going to pull from the Harry Potter tarot deck, get a clarifier. I feel like I'm rambling. It's okay. By the time I get to Gryffindor, I won't even feel this way. Like right now, I'm hot, sweaty. Oh, I have my window open, so if you hear birds and roosters, and I think the crows are all on the other side, on the back of the property right now. But anyways, if you hear stuff, that's why. It's because my window's open. Because my office doesn't have air conditioning. And it's really hot. Yeah, I mean, I'll close it once the sun rotates and gets on this side, but for right now, I need a bit of air. All right, let's see. Are we getting a clarifier or not? Isn't she just so pretty, though? Oh, wow, okay. That just kind of came out. Isn't she beautiful? I just think she's so beautiful. I don't know. I just always thought that. Anyways. What did we get? We got domination, 2 of Wands. Does that even show up? I do not know. Okay, that was a yawn. Sorry. Okay, so what do we have? We have the Joker card from this deck. Okay. But it's there's 2 Joker cards, right? And one's like in red ink, and then one is this black and white version, and it's of the Quidditch pitch. And for me, how I read this card is kind of like a memory. Okay, so that we're going off of that for a second. Okay, we're just stick a pin in that, keep going. And then the next card is the Burrow. And then we have the view of Hogwarts as you're approaching from the boats across the Black Lake. And then Seraphina Pickery. All right, the president of Makusa. And then this guy, girl, I think that's the female in the movie. Oh, I hate not remembering the name. Makes me feel really dumb. Anyway, so this one, right? Some fantastic beast energy going on here. Jacob, followed by Stan Shunpike. And we have the Joker card from Slytherin, okay, which, again, I don't know if you know this or not, but when I have the Joker cards from these decks, which I have each one of the decks, so the Slytherin, the Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff, basically like I had included them originally to be like the page energy of that house. And since Slytherin, granted for this set of cards, they have it to where I don't agree with, I don't agree with the assignment, there you go, of the suits. So for me, Slytherin is the diamonds, is the swords energy. So basically what I'm saying is Page of Swords. Okay, keep that in mind as well. And then we have Albus Dumbledore. And then we have finally the common Welsh green dragon. And that was Floor's dragon. That, again, like, I mean, it still, even to this day, it still gets me angry that Floor, did not win that competition, right? Because, like, she only got, like, her skirt, her robes singed or something. Because I think did she put it to sleep? I don't remember what she did. But, like, that's the nicest dragon. So, okay, Hufflepuff. Give me a minute. Let me see what I can come up with, okay? Okay, Hufflepuff. So, I'm not sure that I have a very clear idea just yet. But, again, I'm just going to go ahead and talk my way through it. I did look this up. It's called an erumpent. Erumpent? I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. But, yeah, and like the horn is explosive, and it's almost like it's not venomous, as in poison, gonna kill you kind of thing, but if it injects its horn into something, like, it explodes. And considering that this is for me, the Page of Swords, and this is like that pointy explosion thing, and the overall theme is domination, I'm feeling Hufflepuff like this is going to be kind of interesting, okay? Especially since we've got Jacob here, who, I mean, I buy into the idea that he's the heir of Hufflepuff. If you haven't actually watched that video from the Carlin brothers, you should probably watch it, because they do put forth a pretty good argument there. But let's start at the beginning, okay? So you've got this memory of something that is, like, I could say competitive, but this is something where it's like you're in the element, right? And it's that memory. And then the next two pictures being the burrow and like this overall picture of Hogwarts, and you're really seeing this overall picture, but they're also nighttime pictures. I'm really feeling like, yeah, it's that home energy. Okay, so but is it home as in like a location, or is it more of like a home of where you feel yourself? So I'm not sure yet. Okay, and then we move to Seraphina Pickery. Now she is the King card of the spades, so she's the King of Swords card, and I don't know. For me, I'm still reading her kind of like as a queen, and I don't think that's just because of the gender. I just think because of just how she is, well, probably is because of the gender. I'm 41 years old. What do you want from me? So could she still be the king? I mean, obviously. So we're going to treat her as the king. Well, why couldn't she be the king, right? I mean, just because she's female doesn't mean she needs to be the queen. So, I mean, with the king, you have that very clear, I don't know, I'm still reading it as the queen's energy. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, for me, not a whole lot of difference between the king and the queen of swords. I'm still going to read them as that very, I mean, it's the swords, guys. Like, that's very brain focused, right? And here with the Erumpet, and it's like, and all that fire is collected in that brain cavity. I just feel like you got like an idea is just burning, which for me would be one energy, right? Because we're talking about, a fire burning, but then your overall message is domination, and then we have Dumbledore. And I know that's not Dumbledore and Grindelwald, but still kind of reading it as like just that whole idea of for the greater good, like just taking over the world. That's such a beautiful idea. Okay. Stan Shunpike. I feel like he had to compensate for a lot of insecurities, and I feel like we could have explored him a lot further. He was easily manipulated by Voldemort and by the Death Eaters. Although I guess, how many people really can ward off the Cruciatus curse or the Imperius curse? I'm guessing maybe not a whole lot. I don't know. I don't know what his backstory is. I don't know where he comes from. I just feel like there's like that air of mystery, and especially we've got it underneath the burrow, and this collective energy of this like memory of home, and he's kind of like just this older teenager that, like, does he even have a home? Does he even know where he's from? I don't know. I get like this confusion. But God, and then you have Jacob next to him, right? And Jacob had his memory wiped, but he still retained some of it. And then a message coming through from the sword, so a intellectual brain message coming through. I just feel like it's like head first, inject it with your big idea. Maybe I shouldn't have had a wine at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. But I'm going to get through this, guys. Yeah, Dumbledore. He's like the greatest wizard of all time. But was he really? I always question that. Whenever I think about the books or I read the books, I'm like, everybody said he was. But I think that was probably one of the weakest points of the stories. I feel that was where it was very much more telling as opposed to showing. I never really saw him as just this great wizard. Yeah, he did stuff that other people didn't do, but why was he able to? And it's not because, he was the greatest wizard. I guess it was, but whatever. Okay, rambling. This gentle energy of the Common Welsh. Very peaceful. Where are we going with this, Hufflepuff? Like, what's going on with you? Do you have like this this inner home thing going on? Well, I guess this isn't really so much as a message as it is like a beginning, right? This is your messenger here because he's the Jack of Hearts. So an emotional thing, and again with the emotion and the memories and the feeling it out, and you've got two heads here. Domination. Maybe it's just really this simple. Maybe I'm reading really too hard into it, Hufflepuff. Maybe it really is just you dominating the scene in something that you're injecting yourself into. Like, maybe you're like just jumping in head first, and you want to talk about the perfect example of somebody just breaking down a mold, right? I mean, you're talking about like the 1920s, and she is the president of the American Ministry of Magic, right? Like, she's the head of it. People listen to her. She's breaking down her own little stereotypes and barriers. And is it that aggressive nature, or is it just the not being afraid to just kind of just punch your way through? Or maybe it's more so just a being secure in yourself. I feel like I'm reading this way too hard, Hufflepuff. I think it's really just this feeling of balance, of balancing your creativity with that intelligent spark that you have. You got a lot of passion in here, right? Like, you know, he was following his dream. I'd like to think he went and followed his dream after the war, but who knows? But if you look at him as like that whole savior and rescue, and, you know, he's the conductor of the night bus, and, you know, he's always there when you need him, right? If we look at him that way, instead of him as Stanchion Pike, if you look at him as the guy that's running the night bus, you know, it's a pretty big job. That's something pretty important. So he does have his importance there. I mean, you can't argue about Dumbledore. You can't argue about Seraphina. So, I mean, as far as their importance, you know, they are heads, very top of the line heads. And you've got, you know, over in, you know, the United Kingdom versus over in America. So you have this duality, this crossing. And the fact that they lined up together, and you got that fiery energy here and fiery energy here. That's what it is. I don't know why it is so hard for me to read it that way, Hufflepuff, but I'm just going to go with, like, you're on fire. Like, your idea and your creativity, whatever that little spark is, there it is. There it is. Ding, ding. There it is. Whatever that spark is that has hit you recently, Hufflepuff, whatever that little dream or that feeling of like, yeah, I got this. You have got this, Hufflepuff. Like, this memory, this feeling of home, this, I don't know if it's nostalgic or whatever it is going on over here. Nah, you're coming into your own here. You're doing everything right, and you're about to dominate it. Whatever that idea is, whatever that spark is, whatever that piece of inspiration that you have that you're kind of fiddling with, run with it, Hufflepuff. Run hard with it. Go hard. This is what you were meant to do right now, this moment. This is it. Damn. All right, no more wine before 11 o'clock, kids, okay? All right, Hufflepuff, love you. I got to get going with all the other ones, and I still have chores to do. So I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye.